The 75-pound block is released from rest 5 feet above the plate. Determine the compression of each spring when the block momentarily comes to rest after striking the plate. Neglect the mass of the plate. Springs are initially unstretched. So we have a block that starts up here at 5 feet. So that is our initial condition. So we got a T1 plus a V1 plus U equals T2 plus V2, and there is no mechanical work. Okay, it starts out is released from rest, so that's 0. V1 is MGH. T2 is, so it compresses the spring and comes to rest, so T2 is also 0. So it's compressed, it comes down, it compresses these two springs, 0.25, then it hits this one and compresses all 3 springs until it comes to rest. And we'll call that distance x. So we have the potential energy at the end is the compression of all 3 springs. Now these 2 springs have a stiffness of 1,000. So we got 1/2 k x squared. Now there are 2 of those, so I'm going to multiply that by 2. And then I'm going to call that x. And then plus 1/2 k prime, that's this one. I'm going to call that x prime squared. So that's the stiffer spring that doesn't engage as long. So MGH, MG is 75, H is this 5 feet, plus if we call this 0 down here, because we didn't put an MGH component over here, if we call that 0, then the height is x plus 5. And then we have 2 times 1/2 is 1, and then k is 1,000. And it compresses x, so it's x squared, plus 1/2, 0.5, k prime is 1,500, plus the compression x prime squared. Now that is going to be x minus 0.25 because the initial 0.25 doesn't compress it, so it's x minus 0.25 is the compression in the second spring. So multiplying this all out, we get 75x plus 375 equals 7550 x squared minus 375x plus 456.9. So the 7550x squared is this one plus that times that times that, and then this is that times that times that, and then that times that. After you multiply that out, I kind of skipped that step. So summing all that up and solving the quadratic that we have here, we get x equals 0.58 feet, and that is the compression of A and C. The compression of B is 0.58 minus 0.25, which is 0.33 feet.